Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Android News Byte. Today, I wanted to highlight the Google Home ecosystem and all of the issues that have been spotted lately by the community. If you have a Google Nest speaker, a smart display, or a Chromecast from Google Home's ecosystem, then I want you to think back to the good old days. Remember when you could just walk into a room and say, "Hey Google, turn on the lights," and it would just work flawlessly? It honestly felt like it was the future, didn't it? Well, if you're like the millions of other people right now, myself included, then your smartphone has turned into a house of glitches. Basic commands are failing, devices are forgetting how to work, and what was once a seamless system is now a constant headache. So today, we're going to dive into the evidence, the heartbreaking stories, and the real reason why the Google Home ecosystem has become such a disaster. The community is in an uproar right now, and it's for good reason. Multiple Reddit threads throughout the year and a major article from Android Authority have confirmed what many of us have been feeling for months, that our Google Home and Nest devices are getting noticeably worse. It's not just minor hiccups either. People are reporting that their devices are misunderstanding basic commands, with one user asking Google to turn off their fan, and then it turned off all of their lights instead. Another person talked about speaker groups being completely broken. You can ask it to play white noise in your child's room, and it will actually just play that in whatever room you happen to be in. There are some who have talked about the Google Home speaker forgetting who they were, with one couple sharing a story where one person asked for the weather and then they get a correct forecast, but then the other asks and Google gives them the weather for a random town hundreds of miles away that they've never even been to before, failing at the one thing that they're designed to do. And one last example to highlight, where one user said their device constantly confirmed a timer is set, only to have that alarm never go off. I mean, we're talking about devices that used to work perfectly for years that are now failing at their most basic tasks. Some folks have been tossing around the word Enshittification to describe the issues, but honestly, to me, it feels more like a house of cards that have slowly started to crumble beneath itself. At the end of the day, though, the platform is slowly and quietly getting worse for its users over time. So, what is the cause of this slow and painful decline? Some experts and many within the community have two main theories. The first is a big one, and it's the transition to Gemini. Google has been actively pushing its new AI model, Gemini, everywhere. On our phones, in our cars, on our wrists, and even in our ears. It's clear that Google wants Gemini to touch just about every facet of our lives, but its integration into the Home and Nest ecosystem has been slow, clumsy, or completely absent. The old assistant has clearly been put on the back burner. We've watched as it has lost features, broken features, even when Gemini isn't ready to take over. It's like Google took the car's engine out to replace it with a new one, but left us sitting in the driveway with no engine at all. And the second theory to this is one that is a bit more cynical, and that's planned obsolescence. The community points out time and time again that Google hasn't released a new smart speaker or display since 2020. And we all know the company has a history of launching products and then abandoning them. So it makes sense to see people who are worried that Google is intentionally letting the experience on older hardware degrade so that they can push users to buying a new device in the future that will be fully integrated with Gemini from the get-go. So, what has Google's response been to all of this? After months of silence, a chief product officer for Google Home and Nest finally posted on X, acknowledging the feedback and apologizing for the reliability issues. He says, and I quote, "We hear you loud and clear and are committed to getting this right," end quote. But here's the catch. The fixes aren't coming anytime soon. He said that they are working on major improvements and, quote, "will have more to share in the fall," end quote. So, what are we going to do now? We're going to be stuck in limbo for months with our, quote, "smart," end quote, homes struggling to function, waiting for a fix that may or may not come with hardware that we already own. I tried using my original Google Home to play some music the other day. When it ended up playing a different song, I tried telling it to stop playing the music altogether, but it ignored me. I tried telling it to skip to the next song, but it ignored that request as well. So often we are noticing voice commands being ignored, and if we try to ask it about a random factoid, Google Assistant replies that it doesn't understand what we're asking. It's just funny how convenient and futuristic a smart home with voice commands can feel at times, and how quickly that can fall apart the moment a voice command is ignored. This situation is incredibly frustrating. Many of us have invested thousands of dollars and countless hours building our smart home ecosystems around these devices, only to see them become less and less reliable. What was once a convenience has now become a chore to troubleshoot and get working. So the question is, what will you do? Will you stick with Google, hoping for a fix that might not come? Or are you ready to jump ship to another platform like Home Assistant or even Alexa? What's your biggest Google Home problem right now? Please share those thoughts in the comments section below. Personally, I'm not in the market to switch to another smart speaker platform. We would rather just unplug them all and use the native apps for the smart home products that we have around the house than to switch completely or even upgrade at this point. If this video resonated with you and you're tired of a smart home that's getting dumber, then please hit that like button to help send a clear message to Google. And for more deep dives into the Android ecosystem, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already.